Welcome to the Human Design Festival.
Live in Sofia and online worldwide. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. And welcome to the virtual space of the International Human Design Festival and Immersion. We're so happy to have you. And yeah, it's an amazing experience awaiting us. And the more people join, the more the fun will be, right? And for that to happen, we need all of your support to spread the word out. Thank you again for being here and supporting this event with your energy and with your presence and with your wonder and curiosity. And if you can give us a hand and spread the word, it would be great. And we'll be very thankful for this information to reach more people who might be needing it at this right moment, at those turbulent times we're living in. And with a lot of confusion and chaos happening worldwide, economically and politically, on kind of all fronts. So this is like an island where we can center ourselves, get grounded, find strength, because as we see, outer authorities are not there anymore to support us, and it is the end of the drill. Now is the time. So the more people have access to this information, and to actually really experiment with it, it will be easier for them, for us, and maybe for the new world we're kind of creating from the ashes of the old. So again, thank you very much for being here. And hi to my partner, Lucretia.
Hey, hello everybody from me as well. Thank you, Veronica. Yes, when we first started meeting with Veronica and talking about and discussing, shall we do the next festival, because she already did two festivals in 2024 and 2025. And we were talking about like what is our motivation, why we want to do this, because we could have also not do it. And this was really our sole purpose. The festival is intended to put great accent on embodying, on practicing, on experimenting, and actually really testing everything we think we know, and put our strategy and authority in few days in a row, in real situations, and test and feel and sense for ourselves. Because in real life, we don't always have this kind of safe environment, this kind of relaxed space where we can experiment and really have the time to observe, to contemplate, to make sense out of what is going on. I mean, in real life, we actually, most of us are busy, 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 so not really quality space for that. So the festival is intended just really for that. Because even today, like people like me who are already 15 years in my experiment, sounds like a lot, but you can give into your mind in any given second, like to forget that there is a strategy and authority and be lost in your mind and just making a decision with your mind just like that. I mean, it happened to me today. The good thing is I caught it quickly and I was like, okay, wait. Let me see, is this really authentic, an authentic process, or I just got caught up in the speed of things. So yes, we really are planning and creating this festival with the, if there was one keyword for it, it's really embodying and making it as practical, this amazing deep knowledge, as practical as possible. And today we have another second actually open house event with a raffle with the chance to win a ticket. We're going to do this at the very end of this event, which is going to be around approximately 1 hour for those who have a busy schedule, they want to know. So yes, we are here to with many of the speakers who are going to present, and they would share a few things about themselves, about the session they would like to give, or anything else they would like to share with us to give us a taste of the festival, give us the opportunity to connect deeply with them and explore for ourselves what is this festival really all about. So if someone is feeling the urge to take the microphone and the spotlight.
Can we just first go to a little bit through the festival itself, please?
Sure, yes. Would you like to do that?
Yeah. So guys, what we have created for you and would like to share it with you is first we have the live event in Sofia, Bulgaria, in the heart of Europe, a city of more than 7,000 years old, with great history and really fusion of all kinds of cultures who were in these lands, starting from the Thracians. So Bulgaria was created in 681. It's a very ancient country, actually, one of the few in Europe who kept their name all through these 1,300 years of history. And we would love to have you visit our favorite city, Sofia, the capital, for a 4-day event starting from the 22nd till the 25th of January, and a pre-day on the 21st for those who want to join our Sofia tour and see something more of our city. And then we have 4 full days of immersing ourselves in human design, experimenting, experiencing it, and being together with others who speak the same language in a safe environment where we can just be. So we have pressure day, we divided it into 4 days. We have pressure day, we have awareness day, we have power day, and manifestation and direction day. And simultaneously, we have an immersion at the same time with Hunt Holiday, which is not a seminar, it's not a workshop. He will say more about it in a second, but it's something to really, really experience. It's like a hands-on experience of just being yourself, no judgment. And then we have the online event from the 30th of January till the 1st of February, where again, it's 4 days. The first day is completely focused on the individual, and the individual and the other. So relationships. Then the second day is BG5 OC16 day. This is the business side of human design. It's all about how to thrive in the new reality and how to work, which is best for us, whether solo or in a partnership or in smaller or bigger groups, with a lot of interesting lectures and workshops, including HR experts, marketing experts who are also BG5 consultants. So really, really interesting and useful and practical, actually, since we spend 1/3 of our lives working, right? And then the third day is all about embodiment practices, experiments, exercises, and just experimenting with the knowledge. And we have actually a fourth day, which is open mic and community day, for us to just connect, be together. We will have different panels, type panels, and discussions. We will actually have also dispute, but you will find out very soon about that as well, whether I'll only reveal the theme, and the theme is human design a cult or not? So it will be very interesting. And we hope to see you there. Would you like to join us? Yeah. And I would like to start with the highlight of my journey with human design and my experiment, which was when I met 2 years ago Hunt Holiday on his immersion in Sofia. And it is a very big part of our festival. So I would like to invite Hunt. Would you like to say something about what is an immersion?
Yeah. Um, well, an immersion was the beginning of kind of the how do you live this? How do you live your strategy and authority? And I think it all began with Ra asking Marianne Winegar to do something with people that had to do with what he was watching her, how she was waiting. And he could experience that there was a transformation happening with her. And so she responded to this. And eventually that turned into, one day it got crowned as this thing called an immersion. And then I became someone who responded to being in an immersion. And what it revealed to me was it was a place where I wasn't being interfered with, and I could discover how my own mind or my conditioning was interfering with my experiment. right? Because it's like the mind likes to hide everywhere and it likes to do its thing where it can interfere with our process or not have us wait or have us believe something. And so this immersion created like a container where in this space, it's like the field becomes so sensitive that somewhere that you're potentially missing something in your process, you can become aware of it. And it becomes a place that you learn about what it is to surrender through watching others, by watching their own process unfold in front of you. And it becomes a place that you practically get to experience what's on the map, what's in this body graph. And you get to feel it in your body, right? You get to know something through experience versus know something here, right? And this space over these however many days it is, because they do vary, it provides this opportunity to see, to see, and to have things that can happen inside of us when you're off on your own. There's nobody, right? There's nobody to potentially talk to. There's nobody to understand what might be happening to me. And so each day inside of this environment, there becomes the opportunity to understand what you might be going through, or that in the aloneness of what you're going through, you find out that there are others in their aloneness that they're going through something similar, right? So it can be a place that nurtures the process of, for me, if you're really living this, it shatters everything. The strategy and authority process, in my experience, and those that I watch do this, if there's a party that's not terrified, you're probably not living it in the beginning. You know, those first 7 years of this thing taking hold is dying to the life that you've lived. And that doesn't mean that the things that you've done in your life are there, they go away, but your orientation to them changes. And so it's like an immersion creates this space where that potential can be very sensitive. You know, it can be very alive. And I know that for myself and those that I see, you know, it was like Marianne was always surprised that we would come back. Like, why do they keep coming back? I thought they would come to one and that would be it. But we didn't come back to learn more as far as like what was being said. You know, I've listened to Marianne now for, what is it, almost 14 years. And it's not like she says anything new. But how I hear it or how I'm in the space is this in here. It's like it's just so alive. It's so clean. It's so clean to hear another human being in that cleanness, and it's something beautiful. And now I've watched the same thing happen for me. I watch these people who have come to my immersions and they're continuing to show up. And it's not about me at all. It's what this space provides. It's a place that it's clean. And they get to watch what's happening without being swallowed by the world around them. And so that when they go back out into the regular world, it's like there's more space between what's happening to them and the world that wants to gobble us back up. right? The mind of others that wants to, the forces want to. And so in January, this is what will happen, is the potential for this to take place. So I don't know. Did that help you understand a little bit more about what an immersion is?
I think so, yeah. If anybody has questions, you can ask them. Would you like to ask questions? Okay. Thank you, Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And is there something more you would like to say?
Mm-mm. I'm good.
Okay. I would like to invite our dear Darshana Matthews. She's coming live to Sofia and with two very juicy topics, actually, about direction and love and about 2027. Would you like to say something more about yourself and yeah, your topics?
Well, hello. And
Hello.
thank you. Thank you for inviting me to participate in this. Thanks for all of you being here. Thanks for being holders of this, all of us that are here and doing this work, for being holders of this in whatever level, whatever way, whatever color it is. It's my name's Darshana Matthews. I don't know if everyone knows who I am. I always get surprised when people do know who I am because my design is such that I'm a right angle, so I'm very personally absorbed and I'm pressurized awareness. So I'm pretty much just aware of where I'm at and only really put my focus there. My G center, which is the one topic that I'm going to be talking about, has no activations in it. There's no gates that have been activated. And that is the same for my heart center and my head. So it was nice and surprising that I was invited to talk about the G because there's some beautiful self-projected projectors who would be absolutely fantastic doing it, like Therese Jägersberg. But then I got to contemplating it, like what would be of value to or a contribution, potential guidance. And I've been recently participating in a series of festivals around Europe, Slovakia and Oslo and Ibiza, and now I get to come to Bulgaria again. I was there last time, and that was wonderful. So I really recommend doing it live because these women are amazing and huge hearts, I mean, there's such a availability and competence and purity in it. So that I can say, like a plug the group. and the looking at the pieces of the body graph. I teach at IHDS. I teach the analyst training up through level 4 and the cosmology courses and certification for cosmology. So I'm sort of the nerd person, more spending time in understanding and living in the presence of the mechanics because in the nature of my design, that's where I'm comfortable. And what I mean by that is that I'm less comfortable in the auras of others because I have only two defined centers and it's pressurized awareness. So when I can rest in the mechanics, it's like something in me can just relax, and when I can recognize in others the resting in the mechanics, um, that's, brings an inner smile. I was just digging around in my slides from this last week because I was teaching one of the courses and because I teach a lot and I found this thing that I had actually put up for the students. I'm just going to quote it here because I thought it was an interesting add-in for looking at the G. And this is something that Ra had in the White Book, which is his, I don't know, the Black or the White was the first book, but it was one of the two first books that Ra put out. And he says the body graph is essentially divided into three parts. Now remember, this was happening back when he was still deconstructing the download. You know, he had received this massive input and didn't have language for it, didn't have, you know, it wasn't just like he walked around as a library full of availability. He was having to bring it forward. It was all there. He just had to find a way to bring it to us. So he says the body graph is essentially divided into three elements: the mental centers, which is the head and the ajna, and he included the throat because that's how we have the capacity to express the pressure of the thoughts, the ideas that come in, and our cognitive work with it, expression of it. And then he said the physical centers, which is the heart, the spleen, and the solar plexus. And, you know, that's kind of fun. You know, he's saying the physical centers, we often call those, or at least the spleen and the solar plex, the awareness centers. And then he says the two engines, the sacral and the root. And then he says, and the coordinator, the center of our gravity, the spiritual center, the G center. And I had had that in a slide years ago and had renewed that slide and was surprised to see that. Thought, the coordinator, the center of our gravity. We know that, I assume everyone who's here and will be looking at this webinar and is thinking about coming to our event, that the G center has two crosses in it, the cross of the Sphinx, which is about our direction. You know, we're all designed to have a specific path, a trajectory, you know, and impelling along in our journey of consciousness throughout time, or time's an illusion, but throughout the process of our consciousness existing, our crystals of consciousness. And love, the vessel of love, the vessel of love. What is, we're a vessel, and we're a vessel of love. And what is love? To me, that's like embodiment, funny word, resting in myself, feeling in the now as myself, full. I guess I could say that, full. That it is gravity in this being, in this personality structure that I have, in this form that I'm using this time. And the spiritual center, spiritual is a word that can get mixed up in a lot of different interpretations and associations. But the coordinator, yeah. So as you can hear, I'm a splenic being and I'm a projector and I'm logical. And so, but the logic is in the understanding circuit, the understanding of the matrix, the understanding of the patterns that are healthy, that are taking us towards our future where we thrive. And as I guess as you, Veronica, were speaking, it's being splenic, you know, everything's happening to me in the now. And as Hunt was speaking, and I had the benefit of being in the presence of both Hunt and Veronica and a lot of you on Ibiza, all teaching me, you know, all landing expressions of your own uniqueness through my filter, right? And so as I'm listening now, I'm thinking, oh, it'd be interesting to think about my G that has no activations and of the G as each of those gates being sort of like the wisdom receivers of the gates that are pointing to them. Because when we have gates pointing, those are the gates that are looking at, well, what's that? What's that? What's that? And I have three gates pointing to the G center. I have nodal gates. I have the gate of the voice of leadership and the voice of remembering, or the memory. and the 31 and the 33. And then I have the 57 coming out of my defined spleen. So what is alive and accurate and present and clean and aligned to the patterns and fulfilling and embodying and giving us a sense of love and well-being and wholeness and um and that kind of is where I'm sitting with what I'm going to be bringing forward now. I have no idea what it's going to look like when I come in January, because there will be all these days that I've been witnessing life on the planet that will be adding to what I have to share. And 2027, oh, it's a hot topic, isn't it? You know, we're all talking about 2027. And I'm really happy for it. You know, I don't know. To me, I'm mutative, even though I don't have the circuitry that's individual, but I have a gate 3 and an open sacral. I love mutation, because I'm a third line. I love mutation. I mean, I love aliveness. I love it when we see things, vibrantly alive and expressing something that hasn't existed before, which is what we all have, we all do potentially. And that's a funny thing too about, like, kind of like Hunt was talking about, what the immersion and what Mariana has done with when she initiated this. Let's not say that, when she responded to it and bringing it forward, is that when we can be in the presence of others in their experiment and or they're living, let's not be so fancy with the words like experiment, because that might make you feel left out somehow. It's just in the living of life. When we can be in the presence of that, all of us have the capacity to recognize truth. All of us have that, because, everyone who's been listening to me knows that I have 2 baby granddaughters. They're twins that were born in January. And I'm watching that first year of them meeting life in the purity of their awareness, just meeting it, and curiosity. And this is a space that all of us still contain, as adults and as experienced humans. We still see life as magic inside somewhere. Maybe we're wishing it was more there. Maybe we feel we've lost it, but it's still there. So that's what I think the potential is behind 2027. It's asking us to return to our own, be busy with your own spirit and mating with others. That sounds funny. But gate 59 and gate 55, our spirit and our energy to be creative with others, mate with others, dance with others. And the 2034, which is this powerful, powerful presence in the now of our life force. So you better stop me, Veronica. Me with my open throat.
Beautifully said. Thank you very much, Darshana. Really gentle words that touch deeply. At least I was touched. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And I would like to invite to the spotlight our next guest and speaker, a world-renowned social media thought leader and online marketing strategist, affectionately known as the Queen of Facebook since 2007. Currently, she is blending her deep social media expertise with the transformational framework of human design and BG5, guiding entrepreneurs and business leaders to align with their true voice and thrive authentically, even in an AI-driven world. I give you Mari Smith. Hi, Mari. And I will let you continue presenting your wonderful self and your festival offering.
Thank you, Lucretia, and greetings, everyone. What a joy to be with you. And I was just soaking up Darshana. I don't know what about your camera, but it's like you have this like soft glow. Like everything about you is this soft glow. I just really love it. this light that's shining through. So, and Veronica, you said something at the very beginning, which is about how important it is for us to get grounded and have that stillness, and that more people than ever need this knowledge. You said something like the drill's over, right? The dress rehearsal's over. I just was listening the other day to Pam Gregory and Richard Rudd, who I enjoy their frequency together in particular, talking about 2026 and 2027. And I feel like the festival is like, come on, everybody, come on, the whole world, whether you can go to Sofia or you can tune in online. It's like this is your opportunity to equip yourself with what you might need personally and professionally to really be empowered, to take back that autonomy. And so my subject for, yeah, almost 2 decades is the world of social media marketing. And I just recently was leading a training called Stop the Madness, because that's what it feels like to me. It's just never been it being the online world or the social media world. It's just a massive cacophony of, well, now they're literally calling it slop, AI slop. Not that all AI produced content is slop, but there's a lot of it out there, and people just seem to be very gullible in interacting with content that is so obviously fake. And even though it has like the Sora, as OpenAI's video AI creator, has the Sora watermark on it, and people are just still being like drawn in, like, oh, that, you can tell by their comments that they do not realize that it's fake. And I have grave concerns for our mental health as a collective. And so my talk is going to predominantly focus on how you can really embody your human design, your beautiful, unique, differentiated genetic imprint to reach the people on your fractal without feeling like you have to copy every marketing guru or creator or influencer that's banging the drum. Oh, you have to post 10 times a day and you have to be on 7 platforms and you have to use this AI tool and that AI tool. And it's just making people's heads spin out of control. And I just keep coming back to, whoa, okay, what is authentic for me? I got my unconscious 214 and split off from every other activation. I got 18 planets in my ajna head and throat. I'm like top heavy, as my analyst instructor called me. I'm like a mental projector with a 214. But here I am, this cross of explanation. I'm here to explain with the 6 planets and the 4323. And I love taking the complex, breaking it down, simplifying and explaining it so that people really understand it, really get it, really mutate ideally. I got that 12.6 in my conscious moon, the metamorphosis, beautiful line. And my design North Node 8-1, the honesty. So I'm here to make this honest contribution, cautiously marching to the beat of my own drum, organizing and explaining my thoughts in a way that people are like, whoa, okay, there is a different way. I don't have to get drawn into this chaos and I don't know, it's homogenized, isn't it? It's ridiculously homogenized, this online world. And I deeply admire those who barely have an online presence and manage to do just fine, whether it's word of mouth or it's all you fourth liners, or it's just simply functioning more embodied in the vehicle and trusting that, life will provide whether you have this active online presence or not. So yeah, thank you both, Veronica and Lucretia, for the opportunity to contribute, and very, very excited. On the BG5 path as well as the human design analyst path. I've done DDP, I'm just working on my thesis, finish that up probably by the end of the year. So thanks again for having me. Really look forward to it.
And thank you for joining. We love to have you. And now I would like to present our storyteller. She's a projector with only one channel, the embodiment of it. A community person, brings so much warmth and I would say even mystery to all her presentations and just the way she is. I am so happy to present to you Bambaji.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
How lovely to be here with people, real people. So I'm a 2/4 projector on the Cross of Maya, and I just have my community channel. I studied cosmology with Darshana and with Andrea. I love the cosmology. I really enjoy telling the story of the cosmology, and it seems to come through most of what I do. And I'm presenting both live in Sofia. I'm really looking forward to being in Sofia again. So thank you for the invitation to be there, and also online. And I'm doing the solar plexus. I've been given the solar plexus as my vehicle to explore. And so I want to say, it goes right from the start. I'm going to lay it on the line. My offering is kind of coming with a bit of a health warning, because it's not going to be a gentle, touchy, feely kind of exploration of the solar plexus and emotions. If you come to my session, then you're not coming to sit and listen. You are coming to participate, and you are going to experiment on yourself, or maybe in yourself is another way of saying it. Whether you're defined, open, or undefined, whatever your solar plexus configuration is. So we're going to look at emotions through experience, not through opinions or any mental stuff, not what we think about them. And what my hope is for this experiment is that you're going to feel in your own body what we so often read about and what we hear about around the solar plex. So it's one of those things that if you are ready to feel physically what you've learned intellectually, then this is for you. And if not, well, you're going to know in the first 5 minutes, and that's going to be too late because I'm locking the doors and there won't be any escape. And you're there. We're going to do the work together. So what can I say to you? Well, the solar plexus is mutating. We know this. It's evolving from being a seat of emotional kind of chaos and turbulence and passion and all the fun things that come with having the solar plexus into that potential for true awareness. But before we get to the wisdom, we have to kind of see the mechanics of it. How emotion actually moves between us as beings, whether that's defined and open, defined, however the configuration works. And so that's what my workshop is going to be. And it's a laboratory in a way for emotional truth. If things work out the way I'm planning, then it's going to be lively, and it's going to be raw and funny and possibly deeply uncomfortable. And it may show you yourself in ways that just sort of learning the theory of it can't. So it's going to be a mix of stories because, I love the storytelling. And there'll be some theory, and there'll be some theatre and a bit of reflection, and maybe another story, just to like bookend it, top and bottom. And when I say theatre, it's not about performance. So don't worry that you're going to have, it's not that kind of theatre. It's not therapy, and it's not a nice, tidy talk. It's the messiness of the solar plexus. It's an experiment in awareness of our emotions with interaction and juice and fire, and it's not a spectator sport. With a bit of luck. That's what I'm hoping. So maybe what you'll learn there won't change. It will change rather, hold on, but it won't. It won't necessarily change how you understand emotions, but it might change how you live with your emotions and how you interact with other emotional people or emotionally open people, and just have that different kind of experience. So this I've created with Michal. She's been helping me get this experiment ready for the live in Sofia, and together we are going to deliver our online presentation, which is going to be about emotional weather. And she's brilliant at putting these workshop type things together. I'm really grateful to have her on my side to help me with that. So these are the two things that I'm offering. It's all about emotions this time. So I'm really looking forward to it, guys. Thank you for inviting me, and can't wait to be in aura with my human design people again.
Oh,
Yeah, we cannot wait to.
yeah, I'm really you're really an amazing storyteller. I'm already in the space where the festival is going to be, and I was already seeing like you with the group, and yeah, I really felt something. Yeah, sounds great. Thank you, Bambaji.
Thank you.
All right, so I would like to invite our next guest and speaker. She's a 6'2" mental projector, IHDS teacher and analyst. She has quite the qualifications: holistic analyst, dream rave, PHS, rave psychology, sociology, family practitioner, child development, and more. She has 17 years of experience, and she's someone who says, I love learning new things. This helps me understand. Understanding helps me to accept what is without unnecessary judgments. Understanding, accepting, and integrating it into my life leads me to the possibility of visually explaining it. I give you Elena Bondarchuk. Hello, Elena.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to take part in the festival as a speaker. And my topic will be dedicated to the relationships with a mutative aspect, because over the years that have been going since we were hit by COVID, I noticed how many relationships have broken down, and I never know why it happens, and I never know why the new relationships begin, but it always gives me some food for thought, and I feel like this is an invitation from the life itself to explore how we can connect to other people, why we are attracted to certain people and pulled away from the other people. And also I had a chance to look at the relationships from the cosmic perspective and from the perspective of the cycles that we are living in. And my certification and study of the rave sociology helped me a lot of having this kind of a perspective. And I wanted to have a look at the relationships from how they mutate us and how they get mutated themselves based on the changes that we have right now in our world. And of course, we have certain aspects in our own designs, like emotionality and defined, undefined centers that work as attraction or repulsion. And we have something that is called keys and locks to our cycles. And of course, we have these elements in our designs. And because I have experienced these elements in my life, I wanted to explore this topic more, because it's really fascinating to notice how in the future we are going to be attracted to certain people, and whether we will be able to build these relationships in the times of mutation, and how long we are going to be able to stay in certain relationships, and whether we will be able to accept that certain things break down and we don't judge ourselves for that, and we don't judge the others, because these things happen not in a secretive way, but there is a kind of a mystery in certain things that are not visible to our eyes. That's why I felt this call to explore this topic.
Thank you very much, Elena. We're so happy to have you. You always bring
Thank you.
very interesting presentations, and it's a pleasure to listen to you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
So, guys, the next speaker I'm going to present to you, somebody who truly makes me grounded when I meet her. Maybe because she's a reflector. So I would like to invite our dear Rachel to present herself and her topic. Lovely to have you with us. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, thank you. Good to be here. And thank you for the invitation to run a workshop and to be at the festival. I mean, I'd really encourage people to come to Bulgaria because being in aura with others in this experiment is so wonderful. I mean, last year was just so fun and loving and warm, and it was amazing. And the learning goes so deep when you're together, actually, with others. It goes really deep because that's when you really get a feel of what it's like, to live as yourself in an environment with others who recognize you, or not saying everybody recognizes you, but there's a sense that it's okay just to be you, just to be yourself, and the armor drops off. So yeah, it's very exciting to have these spaces, and it's rare as well. You don't get a lot of opportunities to really now come together in aura with experienced people who've been living their experiment for a long time. So yeah, I mean, I offered to do some mini readings in Bulgaria because I love just sitting with what's there, what's happening right now with someone when they can bring a dilemma or a question, and I can just be there with someone and feel what's happening, what's really going on with the person, and relate that to the design, to your chart. And I love that. I love just sitting in that moment, being with what's there and then just witnessing it and see what happens. We can pick out different elements of the chart, of the design, and relate it to what's going on. And somehow out of that can emerge a kind of recognition or a wisdom or an understanding which could help perhaps show the next steps for someone. So I just, that's my favorite thing to do. And online, I'll be running a workshop about the 6-line process, so the role model. I'm off the roof now. I'm a 4/6, and I'll be sharing what it's like for me in my post-Chiron phase. I'm 56 now, and what it means to be called to live with 100% integrity in alignment, what it means to be off the roof, and how that's so different from what it was like before. These 3 life phases have been so different, and it can be a big thing, to come off the roof is huge. It's changes everything. And then to step into that and to allow what's meant to happen. It's like I'm not directing my life. My life is living through me. I am living by seeing what life is bringing through the correctness of what it means to be aligned with my being, and to deeply trust that. It takes courage. It takes a kind of willingness to let go of ideas. Oh, this is what life should be. And it's a case of like just showing up to what life is bringing and deeply trusting that that is okay. So I'll be sharing that. I'll be sharing some experiences from others. So I'll be interviewing others up to between now and then about their experience of being a 6-line, and also going through the different profiles, the 6-line profiles, and sharing a bit about that. So yeah, great to be here, and thank you, and send you all lots of love, and hope to see you in Bulgaria.
Can't wait to hug you, Rachel. We had a lot of fun last year in Sofia.
We did.
No, thank you, Rachel. It's always amazing and totally unexpected experience to communicate with a reflector. And I remember last time when we had a Zoom meeting and something happened, even though we are so many thousands of miles away. So yeah, our blueprint is always there when we are corrected. There is no barriers. So thank you, Rachel. Hope to see you soon. All right. I would like to next invite someone who has 25 years of experience as a business, career, and mindset coach. She specializes in guiding people through life, career, and business transitions by helping them uncover their genetic blueprint and live in alignment with their true design. She is emotionally intelligent, 2/4 energy advisor, and she uses human design and BG5 as a tool to give people permission to be themselves. I give you Rayana Starr. Hello, Rayana.
Hi there. Thanks. Wow, I'm just getting so much out of this meeting, just it deepening and seeping in on a deeper level. So I'm enjoying this. There's so many things that I hope aren't happening at the time that I'm doing my talk or workshop that I want to go participate in, that I'm really looking forward to. And I always am in awe of the nuance. Like Darshana is just going to focus on the G and then just on relationships and, just so much here. And I really look forward to meeting everybody in person one day. Um, Change, it is a coming. And, I live in the United States. And if you look at world history, all great powers usually fall at 2 to 300 years. They hold their power and then they crumble. And, no matter how, how you feel about Trump, it just hit me the other day. He's serving his purpose in preparing us for 2027 because he is a wrecking ball of all this institutions. And it's disruptive and uncomfortable. But all of a sudden, I saw the wisdom of that. Like, oh, right on time. It's messy and it's triggering a lot of people, but that all has to crumble down for the individual to be empowered. So I just saw it in a completely different perspective, and I have a super wide split. So it takes time, and I'm emotional and an advisor or projector. So sometimes that aha takes a long time for me to go, oh, okay. So fear, I noticed that change causes a lot of fear. And in preparation for 2027, I think there's going to be a lot of fear on the planet in humanity. And we're going to need to step up and help people navigate that change so we can mitigate some of the fear, because the fear is going to trigger people into not self, and they're going to want to lean more into being homogenized, and that's going to be like the worst thing they can do with this change that's coming. It is about self-empowerment. It is about self-sufficiency. My open functions, my open centers, I really see, where those are my weaknesses, those are my triggers, but I also see in my coaching, it's really fascinating how I attract people that those are the centers I'm coaching people from. Open spleen, helping people deal with fear and letting go and moving on. Open throat, helping people speak their truth. Open G, helping people find their direction and their purpose in life, or giving them permission to just open up a costume shop and experiment with different roles in their lives. And then knowing when enough is enough with the open sacral. So, the last couple of years, I have really, really surrendered to my strategy, uh, and had in business and in my career just to sit back and make a transition myself and see what comes. And what came is people wanting help navigating change, navigating career changes, leaving corporate America to start up their own businesses. I see a lot of that. And helping people do that in a way that honors them. My brand is permission to be you. And um, you know, giving people permission to be them, it's not enough. People are very fascinated by human design. I'm in an area where it's a buzzword now. Um, it's not enough to be introduced to this information. it doesn't make a difference at all. And I try to not be very jargony, but it truly is a science you have to experiment with. It's not going to make a bit of difference in your life if you just go, oh, I'm a manifesting generator. Oh, I'm a projector. That doesn't make a difference in your life at all. It's, well, what is being a projector and an advisor? Okay, I really know what recognition feels like. And once you really get that as a projector and advisor, you won't tolerate anything else. When I feel bitterness, it's like I'm not in the right place. I'm not with the right people. This isn't the right. Okay. So it's helping people navigate actually using this in a practical way to navigate changes in their lives, making career changes, leaving careers to start at businesses that they've dreamed of doing, or just navigating really major changes, grief, losses, no longer being able to even tolerate not living as themselves. So what I'm going to be doing at the festival is sharing case studies, because I think telling stories that are about real people and how skeptical, cynical engineers were like, oh, none of that woo-woo stuff, then used their strategy to make a career transition that got them out of a toxic environment and a $20,000 a year pay bump. That's stuff people can relate to because it's in real life. And so I'm going to be focusing on that area on the BG5 side of things, is telling some stories of clients I've worked with that have helped them navigate change as themselves. And that the thing I love most, and I really always am fascinated when I listen to you, Hunt, it's, if you take immersion and we were to put together these programs as a whole program where they were connected to each other, I would start someone with an immersion and then it's coaching them. It's not enough a class or workshop. It's working with someone to help them decondition. And that's what I really enjoy doing. I'm very logical and tribal. I'm very practical and direct. So it's like, and I have the strength to help people do that because it's uncomfortable and you got to get through. You got to get through the noise and the conditioning and give people permission and help them feel safe navigating through all that. And we all want that. It's really, we are such paradoxes as human beings. We all want to be loved and accepted for who we are, and yet we hide behind all these masks. And we just need someone to come along and give us permission and say, hey, it's safe to take the mask off. Here, let me show you. You're not going to disappear. You're not going to be annihilated. And it's really important that we're with the right people and in the right environments to do that, to feel safe to do that. So I will be sharing those case studies, and the program that I offer is Confident Career Changes as you, doing that in a way that's right for you. We're not all designed to make those changes and do that journey the same. So that's what I'll be offering in the program, in the festival. So I look forward to sharing that information with everybody.
Rayana, we love to have you, and I love the way you word things. There is so much humor and sarcasm. I really enjoy it. I have a lot of laugh talking to you, and yeah, we had a lot of laugh also during
You
your
crack
interview.
me up that you say that, because I'm not trying to be humorous or sarcastic.
You just are. Yeah. And talking about humor, I would like to present to you one of the funniest people I met, and I'm saying it with all my respect. But You really make me laugh every time, and the way you make jokes with the most serious stuff just lights up my heart. And thank you for your email today. I had a laugh together with Lucretia about it. So I would like to present to you Jim Hans.
Hey, everybody. I'm Jim Hans. It's nice to see you guys. This has been really neat. For those of you who watched the whole video so far, the qualifications that these people you've seen are amazing, and I don't have any of them. I'm not there. See, somebody left already. So, it's all right, and that's okay. I remember being in classes with Rihanna, and she was, back then she was very, very serious. And no, she was just being who she was. And that was the thing that's so great about human design, is that you get to be who you are. And so what I do when I'm presenting at this, if they will let me do this, is I will get charts. And we did something in class a couple of times as an experiment called laughing at your design. And just putting it up there and just laughing at, oh wow, here's somebody with the not self strategies that we think, that we think, oh, this is important. And people with an open root always rushing and trying to get rid of the pressure, and how they don't need to do that. But when I try to help with my defined root, I make it worse. So it's just those fun kind of things. And in relationships with my current with Renee, she's always saying things. We always, at one point, we go, "Who asked you?" Because we're both emotional generators, and then we'll get frustrated and go, "Stop being you. You're being you again." And to allow the other person to be who they are is such a neat experience that you can have with another person. I think I remember Ross saying somewhere is that if you can't allow someone else to be who they are in a relationship, it's not love, it's torture. And I thought, wow, it's pretty direct, and I'm probably misquoting it, but that's pretty dead on. I've been messing around with human design since Ra came to Sedona in 1999, and I was like, this is BS, it doesn't work. And I'm busy, I'm an emotional generator, and it just took me a while to kind of catch on, because I kept getting frustrated. And again, coming back to experiment. So if you're looking at this for the first time and you're thinking, oh, I don't know enough, or it's too late, or any of those kinds of things, lower your expectations, really, because you're designed to be who you are. I was talking to somebody last night, and it turns out they're a manifester. And while I'm no expert on manifestors, I've worked with enough of them to know that they can be really pissed off. So I'm very gentle with them for my own. They're more of like, when you do, I love Hunt's idea of the immersion therapy. With some people, you just need a submersion where you just put them under until they slow down a little bit. And they're not, okay, now pick them up. And okay, now look at your body graph. Because sometimes they need that kind of shock. I don't know if anybody's laughing at this or not. Could be a cry for help from me. But the thing that I would say that has given me, I got to study with Teresa Blanding and Randy Richmond, for those of you who know who they are, and then other teachers, and I've really appreciated everybody sharing and everybody's knowledge. And they've allowed me to be me. And so, and what I do find sometimes is that it can get a little serious. And I cannot do that. So that's me in my open throat. I'm rambling on. I'm in Virginia here in the U.S. Before the fall, no, I'm sorry, it's fall. Right. It was Banjani, I messed up your name already. She said it's fall. Well, yeah, it's falling. It's falling apart. But that's different. I think the main thing, though, really, it's like having a cheat code. I was talking to somebody today that just by making the decision to follow your strategy and authority, just by doing that, just starting that, you've already shifted your trajectory. So depending upon how it goes, because like Ross said, it's a virus. So once you get into it, sorry. So Is there any questions, or should I just mute and go to the bathroom?
Thank you for
So-
the good laugh.
Yeah, and guys, if you wanna just laugh at your design together with Jim, it's not about laughing at you, it's laughing together with you. Do join us because, you know, I think one of the things we tend to do is take ourselves too seriously and take life too seriously. So I think that Jim is quite an addition to the festival, and we love to have you, Jim, and cannot wait for your session.
Well, that's very nice, and a lot of you guys have been very supportive, and so I really appreciate that. And we're all going to die anyway, so just cheer up, and enjoy the ride. It's all part of
Yeah.
it. Yes, and by the way, it is not where we take somebody's design and then we make fun of it or anything like that. That's not what I do. It's more of let's enjoy the cosmic joke that it is, So, and if there's going to be any butt of the joke, it'll be me. So I'm going to stop talking because I could keep going. So mute me already.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
Spotlight removed.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I'm someone who laugh at their own design every day because I'm quadruple right, and I'm super manifesting generator with 3420 and 2145, and with the pressure sandwich undefined. I mean, I could laugh about that like all day long. All right, then next, I would like to introduce someone who is a 3-5 projector advisor with 13 years of human design experience, an IHDS certified teacher, human design analyst, Living Your Design Guide, BG5 small business analyst and engineer. And his true human design journey was ignited during a profound shamanic ceremony. When asked where their energy was truly meant to go, a clear message emerged. You have known about human design for so long. Why don't you do it? Joining us from Romania, I present to you Ioan Nistor. Hello, Ioan.
Oh, I was thinking, who is she talking about? Wow.
Very interesting person, yeah?
Yeah, such a nice presentation. Thank you for that, Lucretia. Yes. Well, I'm, just, spleen and ego, so I'm going to come to Sofia and try to transmit, to sell you some, feel good and feel safe. And then we'll talk how dependent then can get, how unhealthy that thing can get. And I'm going to talk a bit about, and hopefully, we'll feel that in person, because lately I've been in so many groups, and not good for projectors to be in groups, but so nice to feel all this energy and to connect with people who are alike and who live this design. And mostly, I had this pleasure to be with Darshana so many days in Ibiza, and so beautiful to be with your own, so beautiful. Yeah. And my work there will be to, I don't know even how to say this, maybe to support you, see how it is to feel good, or how it is to feel trapped in feeling good. Because that's also what we do so many times, You find someone who gives you this feeling of safety, and then you forget about yourself. And yeah, how it is to find your own way of feeling secure in your own being, not depending on the others. I know it sounds like, traumatic, but it's, I live with my son, which is totally open spleen, and with my wife, which is also undefined spleen, and I'm I'm all spleen, so all the time I have to be careful with people not getting, too relaxed around me. So, well, this is what I'm going to do in Sofia, but it's too soon for me to know exactly how it will work because so many months ahead.
Yeah, we love you and Darshana, the splenic people coming at the last moment with your offerings. We love the surprise. Thank you guys for being, and thank you, Juan. Lovely to see you again in Sofia. Our next speaker is coming from all the way on the other side of the globe, this time looking east. He's a human design analyst, BG5 instructor, consultant, profit potential coach, and he's also clinical supervisor for a group practice. And he's a rare profile for one, the connection between the right and the left. So for one projector or willful advisor, we are very glad to have with us Sean Michael. Hi.
Hi, thank you. Losing my voice, it's been a rough week. It's 3 in the morning here. I woke up just to be with you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thanks for inviting me to the event. It's I just wanted to be part of this and share my energy and be part of the room. I don't think I have a lot to say tonight. Had a serious bout with food poisoning this week and just managed to stay out of the hospital, so it's been a rough week. But yes, as you stated, I'm really looking, since I've been into human design and BG5, I've really been looking at the interface between what I would qualify as good therapy, good therapeutic practice, and the interface with human design, and how we can really focus on helping people be more aligned with their true selves rather than endlessly rotating around in the authentic self or the not self. So that's one piece of the practice. And the other part is how to be aligned with money and our relationship with money in the world and what money really is as a resource, as an energy, as a relationship with, material well-being in the world, and how prosperity or, the metaphorical meaning of profit potential is really to me about prosperity. It's much more than, the word profit to me has a difficult connotation in the corporate world because it kind of literally means making too much. But the metaphor, and which takes away from people who need it. And I'm very, my way of perceiving the world is very power-based and seeing the disparity, especially in socioeconomic disparity around the world. I've lived in 24 countries. Right now I'm in Thailand. That's why it's so late here. It's the middle of the night. And so it's looking at the lens of how to be really prosperous by having an aligned relationship with money. And that's kind of what the talk will be about, but in a specific sense of, as I mentioned last time, I have a good friend in California for whom I did about a 4.5 or 5 hour breakdown uh, of an entire profit potential reading based on, from the career design overview to the nodal environments, to all sorts of aspects, to the actual nuances of the profit potentials themselves, which are, as Darshana mentioned, those wonderful little receptor frequencies or antenna that are called hanging gates, or in undefined centers or functions called dormant potentials, which reach out to the world and say, hello, what's out there? And what do you need from me? And what can I get from you? And what's going on in the human experience? And quite literally, those in undefined centers are considered our profit potentials because they're where we can serve the other. And if you look at it from a marketing or strictly business perspective, it's where you sell what you're here to serve others with. But then we're much more than that. Obviously, we're the definition in our design. That's our authentic self and what's consistent and reliable. And that's also discussing how that works in relation to money, in relation to being prosperous beyond money in the world. So in a nutshell, the talk will be taking that 4.5 hour presentation and whittling it down to 90 minutes, which I will see if I can do without driving people crazy, especially the split definitions on the emotionally defined. But I will do my best to kind of synthesize that in a way of making it a practical application of what the business system end of human design can do from a profit potential analysis, and looking at a comprehensive analysis of someone's ability to interact with the world in a way that can be prosperous for everyone involved. So that's in a nutshell. Yeah, and I'm excited to do that. And I'll see if I can get it done in the time allowed.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
very
very
much,
much,
Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will be needing, as Raul said many times, we will be needing the advisors, the projectors, much, much more after 2027. So your insight is always much needed and welcomed. All right, we are coming towards the end of this full of wisdom and inspiration discussion and talk and revelations. Before that, I would like to announce that I will put in the chat box a link for a registration form. So you guys, you will need to, for the raffle, you will need to fill in your name and email so that it can be later on when we're finished with the presentation, can be raffled. So yeah, in a moment, I will put that in the chat box. And our last but not least, amazing speaker is someone who is a visionary founder of human-centered workplaces, a consulting ecosystem dedicated to reshaping leadership, collaboration, and organizational success through the science of differentiation and BG5. She brings more than 2 decades of entrepreneurial leadership, global business development, and the art of human expression into her practice, bridging lived experience with profound systemic insight. Her professional journey spanned more than 20 years of building and scaling businesses, educating international teams, and navigating the complex reality of leadership in dynamic environments. I present to you
The great voice.
one very impacting, emotional manifester with a magical voice, Lorraine Berg. Hello, Lorraine.
Oh my goodness. Hello, everyone. Old friends, new friends. Welcome. My name is Lorraine. I am a BG5 consultant. I am about between maybe 5 or 6 years in my design, and I absolutely love my work. I grew up in an entrepreneurial family. I've navigated all kinds of leadership roles. I've opened and closed businesses. I've exited, I've burnt out, and I assist other people through their trajectory. My specialty is small unified group analysis, business transformation. I absolutely adore working with activating leadership and team cohesion. I will be presenting live. I'm from Minnesota, United States of America. So I will be presenting live an exploration of the communication and action function in BG5 terms. In human design, it is the throat center. All roads lead to Rome. For me, it's so important as the 1222 to have clear communication, informed decisions, and to be present and aware with the sacred bond between relating to other people. I am born under the cross of rulership, personally focused. So I bring that into my practice of offering people self-rulership, how to live your life authentically, how to embody it through somatic practices. My Mercury in communication and thinking, which is also my profit potential, is in gate 53.1 in an open center and 46.6 in the G center. So it's all about determination of love of self, followed by the new way forward, a new beginning, a new pattern, a new experience. So that's the frequency that comes out of my voice that I use to consult with people. Individually, I do offer services for self-leadership analysis, is what I call them, because everyone is born a leader in their own right. And my focus is always on communication, relationships. And that's what I'll be exploring through a wonderful process that is evolving naturally. My presentation's almost complete for the live. And online, I'm going to be taking you through an exploration of all of the companies and businesses that I've worked with, showcasing case studies that I've done through human-centered workplaces, because there's nothing more profound in my presentation through determination to ground the human in the workplace, because without real human connection, without real human communication and clarity, there is no business, there is no movement forward. And as we've been witnessing these wonderful shares from everyone that's going to be showcasing on the panel, times are here that change is in the air. We've been feeling them for the past decade. I love watching large global shifts follow all the trends and reports that are being developed and presented to everyone in the business world, particularly leadership and management, and how to get team alignment and how to really support culture and all these voices that they're trying to find solutions for. And I think that BG5 is an extraordinary tool to help activate a workforce in the most gentlest way, because it's in the subtlety, it's in the living, it's really in providing the solutions that really make a difference for people. So I try to get right to the root of my work and be direct as possible with what I want my client base to focus on. And it's very simple principles of, in human design terms, strategy and authority. In BG5 terms, it's called the decision-making strategy. And I love teaching a lot about the emotional intelligence center, because in leadership roles, that is paramount. And when I speak about the emotional center, I also like introducing a lot of somatic nervous system regulation. So that's a great way to get people to start feeling what those nuances are before they make big decisions that are in the hands and the responsibility of a complete department, of a complete small business, that also impact and ripple into communities and outwards. So I'm really excited to be here. The time is now, so everybody can experiment with what aligned communication is. And through these, tools that we've been provided with through Human Design and BG5, it's all about getting clear outer authority. It's about connecting to our voices in a way that feels so true to ourselves that it is like a broadcasting of frequency. You send out a clear signal and you receive a clear signal. And that's really what collaboration is all about post 2027. It's in resonance, it's in frequency, it's all in how you communicate. So again, Human-Centered Workplaces is here to support any individual career change. My specialty is in small business transformation. Absolutely love looking at a whole mess of designs at one time and connecting nuances and figuring out the patterns and ways where people can really communicate in efficient ways. So these businesses can thrive post 2027. So thank you so much, everyone, for the opportunity to be present and to share and to contribute with my outer authority and to hear everybody's outer authority here on the panel. It's been a delight, and enjoy the rest of the show. Please join us.
Lorraine, I absolutely love your voice. It's mesmerizing.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Our innovator manifester. So, as we approach the end of this life, we have a surprise for you. And if you were watching that far, you will find out that if you use now the discount code, which I'm going to put in the chat, you have 72 hours with which to get a discount on your ticket with 10%. So 10% discount in the next 72 hours. So if you're watching the replay and the recording, you can still use it. And the discount code is in the chat. And for those who stayed till the end, thank you very much. And now you're going to have a chance to win a free ticket in our raffle. And once again, thank you to everybody who was here. Thank you for all the support and for bringing this amazing event to life, where we're going to be together, meet in Aura or online worldwide to share, to be together, to talk the same language, and eventually get closer to ourselves, to our authenticity, and just be ourselves. And no excuses, no masks, just be. It can be painful sometimes, it can be joyful sometimes, because this is life. It has all of it, and it will be quite boring if we didn't have all of it. We would not appreciate the sun if there was no night, right? Or we wouldn't appreciate the stars if we didn't have the hotness of the sun during the day, right? So, yeah, enjoying all of it with its pains and its hopes, and would love to see you to share this together, to share our human design journey. And now for the raffle.
Just a moment, I'm just combining all the data here. I just need a second.
So guys, if you have any questions, you would like to share something, or just switch on your camera, say hi. We would love that. And yeah, also you can support us by spreading the message, spreading the information about the festival. Maybe share it with somebody who might need this information right at this moment. Maybe they're going through some difficult times in their life. Maybe they are on a crossroads and don't know which direction to take. Maybe they are worried and afraid of the chaos which is happening right now, and in the coming times, and this information might be life-saving for them. So if you share, we would be really grateful. And oh, finally, Michał, shall we put you on the spotlight then? I was waiting for your camera. You okay to be on the spotlight to say a few words about your presentation together with Bambaji?
Oh, I was here all the time. Yeah, I wasn't hiding. I was just eating, you know. Uh, but yeah, sure, why not? Me and Bambaji are going to speak about emotional weather and how our emotions, well, they act as the weather, and they have all these kinds of um, how do you say that? Bambaji, help me here because I wasn't prepared for that. So um, you can you can
Nope, you're
step
on your
right
own with
in.
this one.
Oh dear God. So we will just speak of how when the open and defined centers meet, how all these emotional phenomena come to life, and we can see that every time, and we're gonna see how it's acting out and how it's building up. It's just like the weather, just like when the warm meets the cold. So that's our life. It's gonna be, I think, another a different way to look at the emotional center about the solar plexus, and I hope you will have fun.
It'll be fun.
Coming to it will be fun. Every time I do something with you, it's fun. So you know.
This is true. The open meets the defined. It is. It's like always that real sort of excitement that comes with like what's going to happen, and you know, am I going to upset her? And then she's going, "Oh, I'm upset with you." Oh, so we can actually have some fun with that as well. It's like, oh, who's upset? No one's upset. What did I do? Nobody did anything. It's like,
yeah, story of our life. You know, just presenting it in a more maybe theatrical way.
Yeah, indeed.
Thank you, guys. We're really looking forward to see your presentation. Michał with her 4 emotionally defined people in her house, right?
Yep,
And
that's the story of me.
and Bambaji with having her only activation there. So we cannot wait to see your presentation, guys. Thank you so much for sharing yourselves with us. And I'm gonna remove now the spotlights. And Lucretia, are you now ready?
It seems I am. So, do you see the raffle, guys?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Now we do.
All right. So I have put here all the numbers. It starts from number 2, because number 1 there is just the titles of the folders in the Excel table itself. So there is no name on number 1. It starts from 2 until 32. Right. Shall I spin the wheel?
Please do.
There you go. And let the luck be with you. Spinning the wheel.
You.
All right. This is number 11. Shall I share the Excel table or?
We trust you, but share it.
Okay. We remember a remove choice, yeah? Pink. All right. Then. Shall I spin for another one? One for the live and one for the online. All right, then. So here it is. And we're spinning, spinning, spinning. And this is about 25. Congratulations. And who is that? Let us see. Ta-dam, ta-dam. And I'm a little bit sad. I wish we could sit here and talk and discuss and commune.
This is the end, my only friend, the end. Okay, guys.
Or like
Lovely
Raul,
to have you.
like Raul, who says about the abstract process and gate 42, all is well when ends. So let's finish on this inspirational quote. So thank you very much. Thank you, Veronica, my partner. Thank you, dear speakers, dear teachers, dear fellow human designers and spiritual allies. Thank you, people who are with us in this journey. It was very satisfactory to my generator nature. I hope it was the same for you. And we hope to see you at the festival, live or online.
Yay. A 6-line day, you know, it's not very laughable day, but.
But we had a good laugh, all of us, I think.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Bye. Would you like to join us?
And truly be in your element.